A woman has been elected to lead the next session of the General Assembly, only the fourth time the president will not be a man in the United Nations' 73-year history. Ecuador's Foreign Minister María Fernanda Espinosa Garcés will lead the Assembly's 73rd session starting in September, replacing Serbia's Miro-slav Laj-cak, whose term ends in just over 3 months. Gar-ces beat another female candidate, Honduran Ambassador to the UN, Mary Elizabeth Flores Flake, for the presidency, which for 2018-2019 must be held by a candidate from Latin America and the Caribbean region.
Her Excellency María Fernanda Espinosa Garcés of Ecuador has been elected President of the 73rd session of the General Assembly.
Victory for Ecuador in a competitive race. Needing a simple majority of 96 to win, Ecuador's foreign minister received 128 votes to her opponent's 62.
I wholeheartedly congratulate Her Excellency Ms. María Fernanda Espinosa Garcés of Ecuador on her election as the next President of the United Nations General Assembly. She will be only the fourth woman to hold this position in the history of the United Nations. Frankly, 4 out of 73 is not a record to be proud of, but I'm glad we are getting ourselves on track.
By tradition, a region generally nominates one candidate for the position, but this year 2 women ran for the job to make history.
The role of the General Assembly President is largely ceremonial as they steer the debates and issues determined largely by the 193 member states. The organ does control the budget of the global organization and passes resolutions that, while not legally binding like the Security Council, does carry the moral weight and symbolism that comes with representing almost all the nations of the world.
The victor also becomes the first woman from Latin America and the Caribbean to hold the post.
Por este motivo, quiero dedicar esta elección.
I would like to dedicate this election to all the women in the world who participate in politics today and who face political and media attacks marked by machismo and discrimination. I would like to pay a special tribute to the women who struggle every day to access jobs on equal terms, to women and girls who are victims of violence, to girls and adolescents who demand access to quality information and education. My commitment will always be to them.
The UN chief has made gender parity in the organization one of his top agenda items, having already achieved parity in management of the organization.
I welcome this choice for another reason. It has been more than a decade since a woman has served as President of the General Assembly, when Sheikh Hayya Rashid Al Khalifa of Bahrain was President of the 61st session. We have to go back decades further to find the other 2 women who have occupied the post. Vijaya Lakshmi Pandit of India for the 8th session, and Angie Brooks of Liberia for the 24th. I believe, as the President said, we can and must do better than a record of 4 women in 73 years and 2 in the past half century. And no woman from my own continent, both Western and Eastern Europe, has ever held the job.
Diplomats have privately indicated that one major issue that swayed the vote was Honduras' support for the United States' decision to move its embassy from Tel Aviv to Jerusalem, a minority view at the UN. Ecuador sided with the majority. Sherwin Bryce-Pease, SABC News, New York.